Hey, what's up guys? My name is Thomas Park. Welcome back to another VPN review. Today we're going to be checking out Trust.Zone VPN, helping you decide if you should use it or not. We're going to be running it through the paces according to the rankings at vpntierlist.com. We're going to see where it's placed in the tier list, whether 1 through tier 4, and we're going to see if it's worth using. Anyways guys, stick around for the review. Let's get into it. Hey guys, just a reminder to check out vpntierlist.com. It's a collection of all my ratings on the channel, and you're going to find lots of helpful information here on how to choose a VPN. Anyways, back to the video. So Trust.Zone seems to be kind of one of those websites that's always kind of having some kind of sale. We're gonna kind of try to ignore it as much as possible to get like an accurate representation of speeds. Today it looks like it's going to be 1 month for $8.80. It's honestly not a bad price. However, you only get 3 simultaneous connections, which is definitely a bit low. A lot of VPN providers are providing up to 8 to 10 simultaneous connections now, so 3 is definitely on the lower end. We do see more simultaneous connections provided with the 2-year plan, which is definitely a little bit odd. Never seen that before. You know, usually sometimes they'll have like a more premium plan, but this just rewards you for having a longer commitment plan and giving you more connections, which is definitely kind of weird. We do have 1-year plan for $39, 3 months for $18. I actually quite like the 1-year plan for $40 and the 1-month plan for $8.80. The only critique I would have is that they should have more between, you know, maybe 5 to 10 simultaneous connections and not just 3. That's definitely a little bit weak. Overall, not the worst pricing plan and definitely a pretty good deal for the yearly plan. One annoying thing I did find about Trust.Zone that I haven't found about other VPN providers is that they won't give you a refund if you exceed bandwidth usage of more than 1 gigabyte. This is quite frankly insulting and not very consumer friendly at all. Never seen any VPN do this before, and honestly it's going to lower their pricing points. Alright guys, so here's Trust.Zone's application. It's okay. It has kind of like this cartoony kind of old-fashioned look, but not too bad to be honest. We do have, you know, the search selection here. It's kind of interesting. It's more of like icon based. You can't really seem to, you can customize how it looks, I guess, right there by clicking on that. There doesn't really seem to be like a search button necessarily, which is annoying. I like when VPN providers provide search buttons so you can easily search the servers. Besides that though, you have the status, which shows you your current status. This shows your current IP. I'm gonna have to blur that out later. We have settings here. It's going to be, you know, basic settings, super basic settings. You're not going to see any stuff like protocols, like IKV2, change anything like that. You're not going to really see you do have a little bit of ports here, but you're not going to see any stealth VPN options. You're not going to see any split tunneling. You're not going to see any proxy support. And you're not going to see a lot of that stuff. If you want to see, you know, a good VPN application, go on the tier list. Go to any of the VPNs that have 4.5 out of 5 for the application, and that's where you're going to find the good applications. This one's okay. It's just a little bit too basic for my customization needs, and you can get better applications out there. It's okay though. We can, of course, you know, look at the servers right now, and we're going to go ahead and do some speed tests. So this is what it looks like when it's connected. It had a nice animation, kind of like turning this, which I actually kind of like. Kind of reminded me of like an old-fashioned ExpressVPN client. Overall, I like that animation. But let's go ahead and talk about stuff that really matters, like speeds. So usually without a VPN active, I get around 10 ms. Download rates, I get around 500 megabits per second. Upload rates, I get around 20 megabytes a second. Usually for a fast VPN provider, I could get anywhere between 250 to 300 megabits per second. Upload is going to be probably around 15, pretty standard for most of the time. This looks like to be a little bit slower than average, not too bad though. I'm definitely going to have a speed degradation there compared to normal use. Looks like the upload rate is going about kind of where I expected, around 15 or so. So overall, just kind of probably a little bit on the weaker end of a speed test. So now we're doing a torrent test. Now keep in mind my normal speeds for torrenting are usually around 30 to 40 megabytes a second. Usually with faster VPNs I could get anywhere between 20 to 30 megabytes a second. This is actually going really quickly, very fast, actually very impressive. A lot of VPNs only give me around 3 to 4 megabytes a second. That's kind of like the standard slow VPN. And this is going to be extremely fast. I am actually very surprised right now, especially from this mediocre speed test. I might have to do some, you know, security checks if anything leaking or anything like that, because this almost like makes me think like it's not even connected. That was going extremely fast. So guys, since the speeds were so fast, I went ahead and did a check But it turns out I'm not really leaking anything. So the fact that it's so fast just seems to be pretty legitimate. So really good job done, Trust.Zone. So Trust.Zone has a very minimalistic logging policy, and that is in fact they don't collect any data. All the usage data is anonymous and not collected. So it seems like they might collect some usage data, but they're not specifically mentioning what, which is a little bit annoying to me. I would like a little bit more transparency here. I don't know if I'm going to give them full points just because the wording of this is kind of vague. Some websites do collect bandwidth and connection logs and stuff like that. And if they were doing that, I would rather them admit to it rather than saying they don't collect any logs, but still somehow admitting they do here. So Trust.Zone only has support tickets. This is how you're going to ask them all your questions. A little bit annoying to see they don't have live chat. I really do like VPNs that do have live chat, so keep that in mind if you're looking for a VPN that has more consistent live chat support. You're going to want to look for a VPN that has a 5 in the support category of the comparison table / tier list. Now we're going to test if Trust.Zone works with Netflix. One thing you are going to have to know, guys, is that they have specific Netflix servers as well as Hulu. So at first I didn't recognize that they had these and I didn't think it was working, but then I actually saw these and I was like, oh, well, that's why. So hopefully these work. We'll see if it actually works with Netflix because the other servers definitely won't. Okay, that's good to see. So these ones specifically do work. One thing I did notice, guys, is that it wouldn't work with the Netflix servers for Hulu. You have to specifically connect to each server every time. And now it even looks like, while it looks like it was going to be working, it doesn't work with a Hulu, even though I'm connected to the Hulu zone. That's disappointing. Alright guys, so for the final review, Trust.Zone is going to do really well in certain areas, and mostly across the board it's just going to do okay. So pricing, it got hit because of the stupid refund policy. Why would they make it 1 GB limit for refunds? It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's literally nothing. Maybe 10 GB, 20 GB, something like that, that actually proves you've been using it. Even the free trial, I ran out of 1 GB in like 5 minutes just from doing speed tests. So that's really dumb, although I do like the 1-year pricing, and the 1-month pricing is admittedly okay. However, 3 simultaneous connections is just too low. The application is pretty good, it's pretty basic, there's not a ton of settings to configure, but it works for the most part. Speeds actually were very impressive. I got some extremely fast torrenting speeds, among the best I've ever gotten, right up there among the best like TorGuard and ExpressVPN. In terms of reputation, we saw a no logging policy. However, it wasn't very explicit about, maybe some small forms of logs they do collect. However, besides that, I couldn't really find too much dirt about the company. They're based in Seychelles, Seychelles. So nothing too bad there. In terms of the customer support, 2.5 out of 5 is kind of the standard mark I give because they don't have live chat, and streaming definitely got hurt because they only support Netflix. They don't support Hulu, Prime Video, BBC iPlayer either, so it's a little bit limited there. Overall, the final ranking is going to be 3.20 out of 5, making it a tier 2 VPN, but definitely on the lower side of tier 2. If you guys want to see what VPNs I rank better, go ahead and check out the tier list, of course, and I'll see you again on the next video very soon.